just sitting there, Emily, waiting, not knowing? What was that like for all you guys?
I think it's a big moment that we've been looking forward to since the beginning of the year. This going to the NCAA tournament has been our end goal. So kind of fast forwarding to that moment, sitting with our whole team, with all with all our donors and athletic department supporting us, is really exciting, and it's something that we look forward to going to Utah this next weekend and playing the best that we can, and we're ready for it.
Jaelyn, what was it like?
I think it's such a privilege. I remember last year, sitting and watching the selection show, and I was like, gosh, I hope we get to do this again because it's so much fun. So sitting here again was kind of surreal. We did it. We're back again. So it was really awesome.
Yeah, I think that's pretty much sums it all up. There's so much anticipation that you have, and being a soccer player and a collegiate athlete, that's your goal. You want to be in the tournament. And so any opportunity that we get to, especially for our program, it's a big deal to get to be there again. So, I was holding everybody's hand next to me, just so excited, but a lot of anticipation for it.
Yeah, I said I was more nervous watching that than playing in the actual championship game. So that's how I was feeling sitting over there.
Emily, can you just talk about playing against BYU? We've asked everybody. They used to be part of this conference and stuff like that, and you guys are rivals big time. So just talk about that, renewing that rivalry and getting them in the tournament.
Well, even though I've been here for 6 years, I've never played BYU in my time, but knowing that we did have a past rivalry with them, I think that will give us momentum going into this next game. And I think that our team steps up in huge moments, so I think we're going to be ready for this next weekend.
And another thing, Emily, is as far as our guarding, the goal and having people come at you, is there any times when you just feel like everything, just bring it at me. I'm good to go. Bring anything at me. You ever feel like that when you're out there?
At this point in my career, everything that I kind of do in goal and for our defenders as well is kind of instinct. We've been doing it since we were little, so we're really just ready for anything that comes at us, and we'll see what we got this weekend.
The reason I say that, I got a shot of you climbing the ladder, man. Just going up and get it. So, all right.
Jaelyn, the fashion that you guys won the championship match, how much adrenaline and confidence does that give the entire team, especially the newcomers who haven't been on this big a stage as you guys have?
Yeah, that championship game was crazy. I think we always keep it interesting, it seems like. But I think because we've been in overtime so many times, it didn't really rattle us when we had to go into overtime. So I think as older players, we just had to bring up the younger ones because they haven't experienced anything like that before. But I think some of the younger players really stepped up during that game.
Okay, this is the final season for you, right?
Yeah.
Is it for all four of you? This is the final season?
Not us three.
Okay, so for three of you, yeah. So for this to be the final one, is that sinking in? This is the last tournament where I'm gonna play with the Lobos.
Sometimes it does, and sometimes it doesn't. There are a few moments where you're like, oh shoot, this is my last time playing at home, or just throughout the season, there's those last milestones. But I honestly don't think it's fully set in, just because you're on to the next one. You keep thinking about the next game, and since it's not over yet, you just want to take care of business. You don't really, or I haven't really given myself time to think about it. But
Alexa, any thoughts on that?
Yeah, I was actually talking about it. I think that we had a goal of last year of winning the championship, and so we had a standard to win it again. Mm-hmm. And so winning that game, I felt kind of complete. We had reached our goal to make it to the NCAA tournament, and now I'm just gonna have fun when we go to BYU. I'm just gonna give it our all, because it's gonna be hopefully not our last game, but if it is, I want to have fun out there the entire time in front of the probably 10,000 fans.
I'll give this to whoever wants to answer it. What is it like being on the road for the NCAA tournament as opposed to any other road match? You guys just have to treat it like it's a normal road match?
Now I think that this is our last go. We were kind of talking about it as a team. This is our fourth season, preseason, conference, the tournament, and now going into the NCAA tournament. And I think that we're just going to go into it with such a fun atmosphere and like attitude moving forward, and I think that will push us to play to the best that we can.